I was so excited to create today's video. It's about building an $8,500 per month pension plan, and it's without a boss. And so we have a different approach in today's video, and it's not about having one knockout punch, a big fund where you're going to draw down over the years like your 401k, your 403b, or your 457 plan. So what if I told you you don't need $3 million to retire?
A confidence paradox.
With this confidence paradox, if you actually haven't sat down and done a written plan or really taken time to understand what is the retirement income stream that you likely will need in retirement, it's difficult to know what you're solving for.
Most financial advisors are giving you some grains of truth and some crumbs of lies. Let's face it, folks, the financial industry isn't always being straight up with you. They have something to gain by holding on to your money. They have something to gain by advising you. So I'm going to show you how to layer 3 specific income streams in 2026 and help you hit the $8,500 per month goal. And folks, that $8,500 is locked in even if the market crashes tomorrow. So I'd like you to check out this chart here about the layering strategy of planning out your financial future. These are the things that you need to take into consideration, and most of us, if you're like me, really don't spend a ton of time working with a financial professional. I've tried to do most of my work on my own and come to my own conclusions, and what I'm trying to do is share what I'm learning with my audience, and hopefully you're able to ask your own financial planners or do your own research to come to your own conclusions as well. Because the bottom line is every 401k plan has one single point of failure. If you have one leg, your chair, and it breaks, well, all of a sudden your chair collapses and down you go as well. So instead, let's talk about a 3-tier system that's going to help you have success in retirement. And I honestly believe that the $8,500 per month pension plan isn't a bad place to look at. And even if you don't hit $8,500, the bottom line is you've got an idea that I'm planting here today that you can work towards. So number 1, every single one of us are counting on Social Security in some aspect. And I don't know what Social Security is going to look like when we retire. I don't know if inflation is going to continue to run at today's rate, but let's say, for instance, we can count on about $3,000 per month right now in Social Security. That's not a bad place to start.
Stressing the system.
People that are stressed out about, will I get my money? There's different ages you can take Social Security. How do you maximize, how do you inform your clients of when to take their Social Security? Is it 62, 65, 67, whatever the case may be?
So Social Security at the class that we teach is a really hot button topic, and it's a hot button topic for a lot of people because people get very entrenched in how they feel about Social Security.
Yes.
I think a lot of it's because really 2 things. Number 1, there's a mortality factor to it. No one likes to think about, this break-even calculator when they're going to pass away, which that break-even calculator is nonsense. I'll come back to that in a second. But number 2, it's the government. People think, well, I've been paying into this thing my whole life. I'm not going to let the government keep my money.
Give me my money.
And they justify it as I'm going to turn my benefits and spend, quote unquote, the government's money instead of spending my money. It's all your money. People make these mistakes constantly because they don't understand the real math.
And layer 2 is going to be based on dividend stocks that are growing and working for you all the time. That should be another $2,500 a month that you have rolling in here. And folks, it's not going to be as difficult to set that up as you think. I'll leave some information here in the description that'll help you take a look at some of the stocks out there that are working hard for you all the time as we speak. Now, of course, part 3 of this 3-tiered system really deals with real estate and or private lending, right? Now, you might say to yourself, Brian, I think you've lost your mind. What do you mean talking real estate? What do you mean about talking about private lending? But hear me out. So folks, we're talking about real estate. I want to make sure that we're understanding that this really does mean long-term capital appreciation and maybe even passive income, depending on how you have this set up.
Can discuss the philosophy or the concepts behind it. Generally speaking, you would make a lot, if you do a good job with it, you would make a lot more rate of return on real estate. But it involves more hassle, more of your time. Even if you hire a management company or whatever, you've still got more time than just buying a mutual fund and throwing it in the drawer and forget it. Okay, and you get the statements on your email, once a quarter, once a month, or whatever. You have zero hassle factor buying a mutual fund or buying stocks, unless you're going to try to buy and sell them, which I would never recommend. But a buy and hold strategy on real estate, while it generates cash flow, it should outperform stocks, but it has more hassle. It outperforms mainly because it's an imperfect market in terms of, that's an economic term you may be familiar with. A perfect market is one where all buyers and sellers have exactly the same information and the exact same access to buy. And so the stock market is closer to a perfect market than real estate. Real estate, each item is unique. It's unique to a certain area, and all buyers and sellers never have even close to the same amount of information or belief about a piece of real estate. And so real estate gives you a lot more opportunity to get a bargain.
This could be physical rental properties, real estate investment trusts, or private equity in real estate funds. And the other part of the equation is something I'm throwing out there to you, which is private lending, which does mean higher yield income. The goal of this is quite simple. You're acting as the bank to earn higher interest rates than traditional bonds or CDs. See, you provide capital to real estate developers or small businesses secured by property or other assets. This is often done through a self-directed IRA to keep interest income tax deferred. And it offers a way for Generation X to go ahead and generate significant cash flow, often 8 to 12% returns without landlord hassles or managing physical property. So I'm just throwing this out there as another option to consider because, once again, Generation X is loaded with survival skills. And what do we really need to do is just be made aware that these things even exist. So check out this yield math. $400,000 at 7%. That really is a knockout punch. Check out what that monthly yield would be. And hey, check out what $1 million at 2% is doing in an index fund. I'll let you be the judge. So in 2026, you may consider having some pivots here in your financial strategies. And these are just ideas, but they're ideas to help us really leverage ourselves and put ourselves in a position to have more success. Bonds right now are a trap. So it's reasonable to talk about alternative assets. Gold's out there. Bitcoin, I wouldn't touch it. And I think I've already told this channel that I've already cashed in my silver position. And I have a whole other video all about cashing out on silver and why I did it and my technique for dumping my physical silver. I'll share with you in another video as well as put it in the description. But I'm simply saying that we need to make sure that we've taken care of ourselves. We positioned ourselves to be successful in retirement. Number 2, not to become a burden for our children. And number 3, maybe be the kind of man who sets a good example. And maybe if we can lead by example, we know what we need to do. We just need to do it. And that's really kind of the legacy I want to leave for my Generation X audience, and I want to leave for my family as well. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you're liked and subscribed. And if you think there's anybody who needs to watch this video or will be helped by this video, go ahead and share it with them. Drop your comments below, and I'll catch you next episode. Thanks for joining me.